Hello, everyone. I hope all is well with you. I'm your host, Jocelyn, and welcome to What in the Black History. Hello, and welcome back. I hope all is well with you. This week's topic is Dr. Frederick D. Patterson. Frederick Douglass Patterson, renowned educator and founder of the United Negro College Fund, was born in Washington, D.C. on October 10th of 1901. He was orphaned at the age of 2 and raised primarily by his sister in Texas. His passion for education was sparked during his years at Prairie View Normal and Industrial Institute, now Prairie View A&M University, when he was assigned to the Agriculture Department and began interacting with a number of top veterinarians. Dr. Edward B. Evans served as a particular inspiration to the boy, who would follow in his role model's educational path and attend Iowa State College. As a college student, the young man flourished. Patterson would receive 3 advanced degrees over the next 9 years. By age 31, he had achieved a doctorate of veterinary medicine and a Master of Science from Iowa State, and a doctorate of philosophy from Cornell University. He then returned to Tuskegee Institute, now University, where he had already spent a short time teaching as head of its Department of Agriculture and the first person on the faculty to earn the doctorate. Under his tenure, the veterinary program reached such outstanding quality that the state of Alabama granted funds for white students to study veterinary science there, a unique occurrence in the segregated South. Dr. Patterson's rise to academic stardom was not without its challenges. His career was infused with the juxtaposition between eloquent academic lessons and stark racial ones. Although he was the only African American in Iowa State's veterinary program, the integrated campus would provide him with a relatively unfettered experience. However, he had to endure a humiliating situation at a summer military camp. Because he and one other African American student ate at a separate table from the white students, he was treated as a pariah. His range of experiences endowed Dr. Patterson with the wisdom and vision that inspired a committee to select the young man as the 3rd president of Tuskegee Institute in 1935. At the age of 33, he was conscious enough about his youthful rise to the presidency that he told the selection committee that he was 34 years old, since he was technically into his 34th year. During his tenure at Tuskegee, Dr. Patterson transformed the baccalaureate institution into a prestigious university with cutting-edge graduate programs, all of which are flourishing today. He founded the Commercial Dietetics program, which infused professional cooking with business and service savvy, and placed African American students in unprecedented high-level internships across the country. The veterinarian understandably took personal interest in the school's veterinary medicine program, which afforded Southern African Americans the only opportunity to become veterinarians in that region of the country. Tuskegee has graduated 75% of the nation's African American veterinarians. His foresight into emerging fields also prompted him to spearhead the engineering program, which from its inception enabled African Americans to gain high-level technical jobs across the country. His contributions to aviation did not end there. In the late 1930s, Dr. Patterson defied all of the political, social, and financial odds against training African American youth to fly military planes. Not only did he win for Tuskegee a coveted federal contract to establish a training site, but he persuaded the government to establish a full air base at Tuskegee. That accomplishment gave birth to the now legendary Tuskegee Airmen of the World War II U.S. Army Corps. As a college president, Dr. Patterson had an impact on the community that extended to those at all levels of the educational spectrum. As he surveyed the town of Tuskegee, the vast number of residents whose wooden houses were inadequate and frequently destroyed by fire struck him. Realizing the capacity of his largely vocational college, he pooled available talent and resources and created an intricate program that trained and assisted the low-income citizens in building new sound homes made of a unique concrete construction. Methods associated with the Tuskegee concrete block were recognized by the federal government as a pragmatic approach to low-income housing and were adapted as models for rural homes both domestically and internationally. As Dr. Patterson continued to reach out to more expansive constituencies, his most far-reaching initiative took flight in 1944. While searching for new methods by which private black colleges could become more financially sound, he conceived and founded the United Negro College Fund, or the UNCF, the first cooperative fundraising venture in American higher education. The first year, the UNCF raised over $750,000 for its member colleges. In 1964, he was elected president and chief executive officer and served in both capacities until 1966. John D. Rockefeller Jr. took immediate interest and an active role in the burgeoning organization. Extraordinary leadership has propelled the organization to record heights ever since. Dr. Patterson's prominence in higher education won him an invitation to sit on President Harry S. Truman's President Commission in 1946 to 1947. That group's findings influenced every major piece of higher education legislation during the 1960s. Among the historic developments that evolved from the commission were the system of community colleges and the enactment of Title III of the Higher Education Act of 1965, which brought direct institutional support to America's smaller colleges and universities. As his educational and philanthropic interests continued to merge, Dr. Patterson was appointed a director at Phelps-Stokes Fund, a philanthropic foundation primarily concerned with the education of African Americans. He served as director from 1953 to 1958. He then served as president from 1958 to 1969. There, he concerned himself with the education of African Americans, Native Americans, Africans, and disadvantaged white youth. During his tenure, he advanced Phelps-Stokes in its primary goals. The organization sponsored research studies, administered scholarship and fellowship programs, conducted professional development programs, and engaged in public education programs. During his years at both the Phelps-Stokes Fund and the Robert R. Moton Memorial Institute, Dr. Patterson remained closely tied to the institutions he championed. He served on the boards of a number of HBCUs, or historically black colleges and universities, including Hampton Institute, now University, Tuskegee Institute, now University, Interdenominational Theological Center, and Bennett College. He also served as the chairman of Bennett's Board of Trustees. Additionally, 19 colleges and universities awarded Dr. Patterson 20 honorary degrees. He died on April 26 of 1988 in New Rochelle, New York. Of all his endeavors, Dr. Patterson's starkest accomplishment remains the scope of the people he influenced. Over the course of his 87 years, he inspired Americans as well as African Americans. He influenced higher education policy and practice. He changed the way that philanthropy would be conducted. He generated a dynamic that pushed every organization he touched to its limit. Hundreds of thousands of Americans continue to feel the effects of Frederick D. Patterson's work and dedication. Less than 1 year before his death, he received his highest honor. On June 23rd of 1987, President Ronald Reagan awarded Dr. Patterson the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Its inscription reads, "By his inspiring example of personal excellence and unselfish dedication, he has taught the nation that in this land of freedom, no mind should go to waste." And that is the end of the episode this week. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you'll join me next week. And until then, keep glowing and keep growing. Bye. Thank you for joining me today on What in the Black History. If you enjoyed the show, please leave a 5-star rating on Spotify to help the show grow. You can also help the show grow by telling your friends, family, and coworkers to listen in. Stream What in the Black History on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you have any suggestions on little-known Black history facts that you think that I should do, email me at whatintheblackhistory@gmail.com. Bye.